Hi, everyone, and welcome to our practitioner call. Today is Thursday. It is 9 a.m., and I am so excited today to share what we're doing. So the first 30 minutes, we're going to talk about the science of the Lifewave technology. For the practitioner call, it's a little different. Many calls, we just do X39, but in the practitioner call, I like to go through more of the technology for you because I know that you have a toolbox, and that toolbox is there to help your patients and your clients. So that's why we go over more technologies on the practitioner call. Normally, we have a round robin with other practitioners. We do testimonials, and also we have guest doctors come and speak. But today is special because I was with Jeannie Volker and Dr. Dini up in Tarzana, California. Oh, what day? I think it was 2 days ago. And we had an event in her office, and I just thought the way we set up the office was really great. And I thought that that would be something, if you're a practitioner, you'd like to know, hey, can I do a meeting for my patients? Absolutely. What materials do I use? I will show you. Can I just set up information in my office so I can better educate my patients about what this technology is? Absolutely. And I will show you. So today I'm going to just do a 30-minute training on the technology, and then I'm going to move into how I set up doctor offices, how you could set up your office based on how we just set up Dr. Dini's office 2 days ago in Tarzana. So it's new learning, and I hope that you enjoy it. So let's first start with what this technology is. Well, it's X39. It is the stem cell activation technology using light. It's actually, the doctor term is photobiomodulation, light making change in your body. And many of you doctors understand what this is because you already use light in your practice. Lasers, form of light. Red light sauna, form of light. TENS units, form of positive and negative energy charge, right? So this is nothing new to you, but have you ever heard of wearing light, a wearable light technology? Yes, that's what David Schmidt, the owner, inventor, and CEO, has figured out, how to make light wearable. And you may say, well, who is this man and why have we never heard of this before? Well, and if I could have you please mute people that come in that are not muted, Heidi, that would be great. So basically the story is, in 2004, the Navy SEALs called David Schmidt, the owner, inventor, and CEO of Lifewave. He owns the company outright. We're not public. We don't have a board of director. David is the owner. He's also the inventor of all the technologies. He has, by the way, 100 patents and 100 research studies. And I will show you in a minute where you can find all that, because I know you're going to want to research that. He does have a 20-year patent on X39, which states X39 does activate GHK copper peptide in the blood, which stimulates stem cells. And I'll get deeper into that in a moment. But let me first just tell you who the man is. He used to do inventions for the military and also for the waste dumps, like try to make dumps clean. Like he's always been into cleaning up the environment for humanity. That's his love, and making us live longer. You know, those are his loves, right? How can humans live the age of lobsters who live 400 years? Why can lobsters live 400 years and we can't? Like, those are the questions the man asks himself, right? So, and then he does his research based on that. And so in the early 2000s, he was doing work to make military submarines more efficient. And the military remembered him. So in 2004, they called him and they said, David, could you figure out a way to keep our guys up at night without stimulants? And that was the beginning of his company. It's called actually the Energy Patch. Let's see if I can find that one. And it looks like that. And that was the very first patch he made in 2004. It's actually converts your fat into energy, and it activates the mitochondria, the powerhouse of every cell of the body. I like to say the Energy Patch is the igniter. Some of you might have remembered this in 2004. Anybody remember back in the day, it was the USC swim team and they won all the races? They all had Energy Patch on. Even the US Olympic team that year wore the Energy Patch and they won. And so much so that that other athletes turned them in to the anti-doping committee because they said this must be doping. Guess what? It's light. It wasn't. It passed. We actually have records that say we pass anti-doping because they actually researched all of this in 2008. So that's the history of this company. But why have we not heard about it? Why have US practitioners not heard of wearable light technology? Well, it's because it's light. And the company was so small back then. It was only doing about 30 million a year from 2004 all the way to 2018. It's been around a long time, but nobody heard about it. And I would say it's because we just didn't really understand the modality of light. We've heard about pharmaceuticals, of course. We've heard about supplements, of course, about organic, natural foods, yes. But this thing called water, good water, yes. But this thing called light, we just didn't understand it. And so the company just didn't take off. And so it never got exposure. That's why you haven't heard about it. And think about it. I think it's really interesting that the light, we go out into the sun. I don't know about you, I'm in California and it is still 55 degrees here. And my friend Michelle in New Jersey is out in the sun at 85 with suntans. And I don't really get it. It seems so unfair, but what I do get is I'm a little gloomy and she's super happy. There's something about light. There's something about light. It works perfectly in our bodies. It makes us happy. It makes vitamin D. We don't exactly know why or how, but we work. I like to say that God created the sun. He created us humans. He created water. And when light and water hit a flower, for example, it blooms. We all bloom with light and water. So of course, but I don't know, we were just behind. So in 2018, really, it's the doctors that figured it out with the red light and the cold lasers and all these different light technologies. And so now all of a sudden it was accepted in the medical community. And then X39 came out, David's greatest invention yet. And what this does is it activates your stem cells through light. And it actually activates something called GHK copper peptide, a peptide, which you guys know in the medical field. Everybody's talking peptides now. He was ahead of his time is what I'm trying to say, right? And so this activates a peptide. And that GHK copper peptide actually acts like a communicator to the stem cells, like a telephone. And it calls up your dormant stem cells and it tells them to wake up again, to start marching again, and to start repairing you like they did when you were 20, right? I know it sounds too good to be true, but that's basically the concept. So let's show you what the technology looks like. You open it up and it looks like a Band-Aid. I know. They all are white. The only way you know the difference between the patches is you have to turn them over and you have to read the name of it. That's an X39. You know that X39 is the stem cell activation patch. So you open it up and inside is organic crystal. It's made up of some amino acids, some sugar, some water, some oxygen, and it forms a perfect lattice. That lattice reflects light. It's a reflector. So every one of his patches has a different organic crystal lattice, and it reflects different light waves that go back into your body to do something. Photobiomodulation, light making change in your body. So what light is it reflecting? Well, it turns out that we reflect a low-grade infrared light right off of our bodies. Turns out that we are a lot of light in a physical mass. Kind of makes sense, right? And that light just comes permeating out of you. You can't really see it unless you wear night goggles, and then you see it, right? So you know that's truth. So what this patch does is it just reflects back that light back into you to do things in your body. What this patch does, once again, is it reflects back to activate a peptide, if you want to write this down, GHK copper peptide. That peptide activates your stem cells, makes more stem cells, and resets your stem cells to a younger, healthier state. Okay, so why does that even matter? Why is everybody talking about stem cell injections for $10,000, $20,000 a pop? Why is everybody talking about cord blood stem cell injections that you can get in Mexico and Europe and they outlawed in the US a year ago? Why did they outlaw them in the US a year ago? That's what I want to know. Does anybody know what cord blood stem cells are? Okay, how many people here have had a baby? I've had 3. Actually, I've had 3, but 2 births because I have identical twins. Those twins were so premature that they had a C-section me. And I said, save the cord blood, because I have a son that has symptoms of autism, and I thought maybe we would need cord blood someday down the line, even though I didn't even know what it meant. So they saved the cord blood and the placenta. Turns out that that is yummy, yummy, young stem cells. That's what it is. And if they didn't save them, they would throw them in the garbage. And that's just what they do. Okay, so that's cord blood stem cell. That's what's been, that's what you can still get if you go to another country for $10,000, $20,000 a pop. And it's not your own DNA, but it's young stem cell. So why are all these people getting stem cell injections? Okay, you ready for this? Because by age 30, 50% of your own stem cells have gone dormant. They don't work very well. By age 60, almost all of them are dormant. They don't work very good. So new stem cells work like you're young. What are the purpose of stem cells? Let's talk about that. I love this analogy. When an egg and a sperm meet, what do you have? Stem cells. Those stem cells start making a baby. It starts differentiating into a head, a heart, a liver. I mean, it's a miracle, right? After the baby is made, those stem cells then aren't so potent. They then turn into less aggressive stem cells. They move from being able to turn into heads and livers and things into something called multipotent, which means now that you're born, those stem cells aren't going to make 2 heads anymore. But you know what they do? They march in the young person's blood, and they go and they turn into whatever cell that child or baby needs for repair. Isn't that amazing? Do you guys remember when you were 20? I'll just take you back to when you were 20. Did you have gray hair when you were 20? Of course not. Did you have wrinkles when you were 20? No. Did you have that chronic issue when you were 20? Mine was symptoms of fast-growing cells, if you know what I mean. No, because your stem cells were repairing you all the time. In fact, I would say all the chronic issues that we talk about from age 30 till when we 80, 90, 100 are really symptoms of aging, symptoms of your stem cells not working anymore. So what happens with this little patch that you wear 12 hours on and 12 hours off? What happens if we just start activating them to work like they're young again? Will we start repairing like we're 20 again? You'll have to try to see. But I would say I've been on this technology for 3.5 years, and most of the folks that are on it sleep better, have more joy, their collagen starts to repair, our skin looks younger than it did 10 years ago, and we don't even have turkey necks. You know what I mean, ladies. So what is the special part? Well, you put it right below the back of the neck, underneath the belly button, or any spot will do. The rule is only 12 hours on to activate and repair and 12 hours off. Let me say that one more time. 12 hours on to activate and repair and 12 hours off. Well, any spot will do in your body. Your whole body's light, but there is one rule, the 12 on, 12 off. That's because we're light, we're signal based. And if you wear it 24 hours over and over and over again, your body will get used to the signal and it won't work so well. So 12 on and 12 off. Can you guys remember that? That's really the only rule. So I put it right here on my hand. It's going to stay there today. It's perfect. I didn't have any on, and I'm going to put one right here today because why not? It's going to stay there today. Every patch has a 12-hour on and off, but they each have their own 12-hour clock. So most people wear some during the day and some at night. Now, I will say the combination that is a great combination to start yourself off with or start your patients off with is called the dynamic dual. The dynamic dual. And it's so popular that I always run out of them. Let's see. Oh, I have some. Oh, yay. It's called Eon. Eon is like X39 in that it is a light technology, a wearable light technology. It looks just like X39. The only way you know it's different, doctors, is that it says Eon on the back. This reflects a different light wave that does different things in the body. This one activates a peptide in the liver that reduces inflammation and actually activates something called SOD, superoxide dismutase, which is something that reduces oxidative stress or that free radical damage. You know those little free radicals that destroy all the cells in the body? This thing is super powerful. This patch actually, this is a great story. I'm going to tell you a story about this patch. David met at Suzanne Summers' house, actually, like 10 years ago, a scientist. And they started talking because remember, David likes to know why things like lobsters and clams live 400 years. That's his question. Why can't we? Well, the scientist said, well, do you know why queen bees live 50% longer than worker bees? Isn't it interesting? They talk about the animal world to learn about us, right? And David said, no, I don't know why. He goes, it's because she only eats the royal jelly. And the royal jelly has a peptide in it that gives longevity. And guess what, David? That peptide lives in your liver. It does? Yes. Humans have the same peptide, the queen bee jelly or the royal jelly peptide. Eon activates that peptide in your liver. So 3 things that happen for Eon: reduces inflammation, increases SOD, and is the royal jelly peptide. Like, who doesn't want to wear that? It also is the gentle giant, which it kind of acts like lavender. It's the patch that will put you into rest and digest. You know how so many people right now are in fight and flight? They're always like, I mean, I'm one of them, all the time. And sometimes your body just wants to settle down. It just wants to say, can you stop being so, I don't know what the word is, crazy, manic, you know what I mean? Like, slow down. And so that will kind of calm you down. So if your system sometimes feels like it's always on overload, Eon will feel really good to you. And so also Eon, because it reduces inflammation, it actually activates the X39 to work better. Because guess what loves to eat stem cells? Inflammation. Think of inflammation as a little Pac-Man that goes to the stem cells and wants to eat it all up. That's why a lot of times when people go get these $10,000, $20,000 injections in Mexico and Europe, they don't work for very long for 2 reasons. Let's think about your knee. You got a really inflamed knee. It's a mess. And so you go get that injection. Well, guess what's at the knee? Inflammation. And it sees all those new stem cells and it's like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Oh, I'm going to eat it all. That's what really, really happens. So, and then the other thing that happens is eventually, because you're old, even those new stem cells die out. So what makes sense? Activating your own stem cells to start working like they're young again, and then throwing an Eon on it so that the inflammation doesn't eat the new activated stem cells. So we call this the dynamic dual, X39 and Eon. And most people wear them together, either right below the back of the neck or under the belly button together. But once again, any spot will do. My girlfriend's had like 5 lower back surgeries. She came over to my house yesterday. Her back was hurting so bad. So what do you think I did? I popped the spot of pain. I put an X39 and an Eon right where it hurt. And she's like, wow, that's really helping. Yeah, that's because we're going to reactivate your stem cells and we're going to stop the inflammation right there at your lower back. So that would be a great way to start, people. We call this the dynamic dual, X39 and Eon. X39 activates the stem cells. Eon reduces inflammation. Oh, and most, like I said, people wear them together. And people say, well, can you wear them right next to each other? Absolutely, right next to each other, one below the other. They can kiss each other. You can even put one right on top of the other. Here's the crazy thing about light. It just works really well on us. Our cells love it, and light taps on your cells and it says, knock, 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 let's open up a bit and receive. And that's what it does. Dr. Patty de Blasio, MD, San Clemente, California, you can go to our practitioner Telegram. Could you put that in chat, Heidi, how they could go to that? Just put the link in there. And you can see some of her recordings. And what she talks about light as being, you can't overdose it. Like it works perfect with your body. So she talks about that she likes to look for safe and efficient and effective means for her clients. But sometimes like you have to really watch dosing. Like you can give, for example, too much glutathione and your body can't process it all. And then you get a detox effect, right? She says with light, it knocks on your door just right. So the cells open up. So it's like it self-doses itself. It knows your body. Light and your body seem to, I think there must be a communication there between light and your cells and your body. Something's going on. I'm not, once again, I'm an educator and I'm not a doctor and I'm not here to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. I'm just kind of telling you how the technology works and what she's said. So, okay, so X39 and Eon. Now, since we've been kind of talking about the pain and repair protocol, I'll show you the other patch I put on my girlfriend that I thought really helped her. And it's called Icewave. And Icewave is a great patch in that it basically breaks the connection of pain. Now, it's not reparative like X39 and Eon, but man, when you're in pain, it's going to take maybe a month or two for the X39 and Eon to start the full repair. So what happens? Well, Icewave will break the connection of pain as you're repairing. So you always put the brown patch on the pain spot and the white patch about 3 inches away. And that's going to break the connection of pain. So for my girlfriend who had the lower back pain, I said, let's pop the spot of pain. I said, where do you hurt the most? And she pointed to her lower back and I put the brown patch right there. Then I said, from there, does it hurt more up, to the side, below? Because I'm going to bookend the pain. She said, about 3 inches to the left. So I went, boop, I just bookended the pain. And then I put X39 and Eon right in between that. And now I have a great pain and repair protocol. Okay, so that's Icewave. Icewave is a 2-patch system, a brown patch and a white patch. Remember, think about it this way. Have you ever had to charge your battery of a car? You got the positive charge and the negative charge, and then your battery goes, right? Same with pain. You got the negative charge on the pain spot, the positive charge 3 inches away, and now you're charging that pain away. That's really what you're doing, right? So that is a great protocol, X39, Eon, and Icewave. I'm going to talk about one other patch that I think is really important for practitioners to know about, and that's glutathione. So there's so much talk about glutathione right now within the medical field. Of course, glutathione, most of you know, is your master antioxidant and your master detoxification pathway. So it is the polar outer of all yuck. Fungus, mold, virus, toxins, metals, Roundup. Fungus. Is there fungus among us? Pull it out with glutathione, right? What, Heidi, you know you got a little fungus among us? Just pull it out. So how does glutathione work? Well, did you know many practitioners are either recommending liposomally under the tongue or IV? Because just taking a pill of glutathione normally just gets destroyed in the stomach, and let's face it, it doesn't work. But the problem with IV glutathione, other than it's like $200 a pop, is that it doesn't dose well. So you can put way too much in someone and it's detoxing. And so you get like the red flush, you can really get a heavy detox effect. And then it only has a 7-minute half-life. Wow. This glutathione actually, and you can see it here, you see there how you know the difference, it says glutathione, it actually knocks on your cells. And it literally activates your glutathione pathway for 12 hours in a slow way that you can tolerate. It's really good. Dr. Patty talks about having herself a a gene mutation, and I forget the name of the gene mutation. Maybe somebody knows it and can put it in chat for me, but it's like the MFTTH gene mutation. You know which one I'm talking about? Somebody must look that up and put that in there so I look like I know what I'm talking about. But she has this mutation and she can't tolerate, oh, there it is, MTFHR, Jen rocks, MTFHR. I guess a lot of people have this, and it makes it so you cannot process glutathione right. And so when Dr. Patty would get a glutathione IV, it would make her sick because she couldn't process it. She said she slowly titrated up on glutathione. So she wore it for maybe 1 hour a day, then 2, then 3, then 4, all the way up to 12 hours a day. Now she can tolerate it. And she said it's because light gently knocked on her door and was able to receive. I just thought that was fascinating. So anyway, glutathione, where does that go? Underneath the belly button, right below the back of the neck. Any spot will do. So today, the 4 patches we've talked about: X39, your stem cell activation patch. Eon reduces inflammation. Always start with the dynamic dual for yourself and your patients. That's a great starting point. Then you could add Icewave for pain. You could add glutathione for detox. That's a great way to start. But I know you doctors are going to want to know more. So I'm going to show you where you can do your research, because Dr. Patty, when she realized how much was there, she got all excited because she's a researcher, and my guess you'll be just as excited. So write this down on a piece of paper, or if you have a little notebook, that's a great place to take notes. The website is called startx39now.com. That's startx39now.com. And I'm going to show you a few of my favorite pieces that I know you're going to want to research later. So startx39now.com. So here's what I want you to do. Please look at the first video. It's only 2 minutes on how phototherapy works. How does light work? Then go down and watch the 3-minute video on how X39 activates your stem cells. In 5 minutes, doctors, you'll have an understanding whether this technology makes sense enough for you to look deeper. And then you might want to come look at some of the pictures. Like, I'm going to just show you my 5 favorites that really blow me away, and you tell me what you think. This is a little boy whose finger got cut off. It died. It grew back. This is Mandy. This is day 1. This is 2 years later. Okay, something's going on with her skin. That day 1 looks like the mother. This looks like a 16-year-old girl. Okay, like, are you kidding me? For you doctors, this is insane. This is a spinal cord. Look at the nerve pain. It's all pinched. Ouch. Look at now how the nerve flows perfectly. This looks so painful to me. Do you see that? Her back totally filled up with lots of ouch. And now it's cleared. Look at her back. Look at how curved her back is. It's straightening up. I mean, I don't know. I say a picture tells 1,000 words. And, you know, it just blows me away. Also, oh, I love this. Look at our beautiful woman. Is that the same woman? It is. It looks like grandmother and daughter. Look at the eyes. Look at the skin. It's incredible. And one more. That's me. I had fast growing cells in 2019. 9 months of chemo, 6 weeks of radiation, double mastectomy. Ouch. 2019, I was full of chemo and full of steroids, and I had no eyebrows. And then just for 6 months later, that it came back. It was awful. I was so depressed and so sad. And that's when my girlfriend, a doctor, Dr. Rhonda Donahue, came to my house with 10 X39s, and she told me what I told you today. And I put them on. First 2 days, the chemo metal came out of my mouth. Day 5, my skin got soft. And by day 10, I felt like I was 20 again. I didn't know if I was going to live or die at that particular time. And I didn't care because I felt so good. And now 2020, a year later, you can tell it's the same girl because of the glasses. Same glasses. I know, look at the glasses. I swear it's the same one. And 2023, that's me today. I've been in remission again now for 2 years, and I'm just so happy to be alive. And my skin looks good too. So those are some great pictures. Now, if all of that is intriguing, in about 5 minutes, you'll know if that's intriguing or not. Intriguing enough to do more research. And if that happens, then come down here and watch the 18-minute video of our owner, inventor, and creator, David Schmidt. Okay, he talks about how the X39 works and the issues it helps you with. Then you could actually go to the 100 patents and clinical studies. Look for yourself what they say. Here's the patent on X39. You can't get a patent if it doesn't work. And you can read it. X39 activates GHK copper peptide, which is proven to activate your stem cells. It's right there in the patent. Okay, you can also go to the 90 clinicals. These clinicals give you just the highlights. So if you like the easy read, go there. If you love the deep research, go here. You can see them all, okay? You can research them for yourself, okay? Then I love the what to expect. This is some crazy stuff, okay? I just put that first X39 on. Within 24 hours, I'm activating 4,000 genes to a younger, healthier state. Within 1 to 3 months, we are going to rebalance the brain and rebalance the heart. And we have studies on that. They are right there. And you can go right to the study tab and find them and read the full study. Or even better, you can just click on that and read the study from there. We activate your stem cells to start repairing your body again. Those stem cells, the army will start marching. I just want you to know that the army marches and they turn into the cells you need for repair. Some people notice something in a day or two, but most need a month or 2 or 3. David likes to say a month for every decade you are old, because let's face it, when you're old, you got more to repair and you got more stem cells to start up. And know that the stem cells will always go first to what you need to live and then to what you feel. So no, if your knees are killing you and they still hurt after a month, most likely it's going to go fix an organ first, because your body knows that your knee can hurt, but if your liver goes out, you're done. So those are things to remember. 6 to 12 months, 14 out of 15 people lowered their biological age 8 years. And we have a study to show that. So there's some cool things that are happening and the research behind. Now, if you want to know more testimonials, what doctors are saying, we also have live Zoom events like this one that you can plug into. You can just go and look at this Patching podcast schedule there. And then you may very much love the research. This is where David talks to practitioners on all the research he has done. So if you want to hear straight from David, the research, please go there. Lastly, you may want to go and learn about all his technologies, and this shows you the placement of everything. So if you liked what you heard about X39, I talked about Eon, I talked about Icewave, and I talked about glutathione, then read all of our other products. And after reading, you may go, oh my gosh, I want to know more than that. No problem, deep dive. These are 1 hour videos. This is a 20-minute on all of our products. And then you can listen 1 hour by David on every product that he has created. So when I say that this Now site, it has the information that doctors will want to see if they want it for themselves or their patients. It really does. So once again, do your own research, your own deep dive into startx39now.com. So now that we've talked about the technology, I really wanted to take 20 minutes to show you how I'm setting up doctor offices that ask me how. Now, you guys are all going to laugh, but I'm going to just show you how I really do it. Or should I say how I asked Jan to do it for me? So after I show you how I do it, I'm going to show you where you can order it all. Don't worry, you're going to know everything. Okay, so the very first card that I like to have is called the, hold on, give me a minute. The what to expect cards. Look it, I just ordered a whole stack. I'm no different than you guys are. What is the what to expect card? Well, it's a little card that fits into the little envelope that I'm going to tell you about. This is what I just read on the Now site. Remember that you activate 4,000 genes to a younger state? That's what it does. You can just read it. So where does this card go into? Well, we have our business envelope, or our, I like to call it our gifting envelope, or our informational envelope. Why is there so much writing here? Well, it's so that you can read it to your patients to explain it. I basically, all I did today when I explained X39 is I basically read the envelope. I'll just read it to you. Where X39, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. This stem cell activation patch is made out of organic crystal. When it is applied to your skin, is activated by its heat, which is a form of infrared light. This reflects back a light wave that activates GHK copper peptide. This is proven to activate your stem cells, make more, and reset it to a younger, healthier state. You can just read it. Your patients can read it. You can hand these out and your patients can read them, or better yet, in your 5-minute consult, you can read it to them. So what do? There's your envelope. Then you put your what to expect card in your envelope. And then the next one that I love, it's pretty cute, right? I just got these from Sally in the mail, so I have to open them up just like you would. And it is the before and after tracker, because a picture tells 1,000 words, and there's your pictures. And what do? Well, the top, you read it. Lifewave uses a form of wearable light technology that activates your stem cells, makes more stem cells, and resets it to a younger, healthier state. Stem cells are the only cells in your body that are changeable. They can change into whatever cell your body needs for repair, just like when you were 20. Visit startx39now.com for more information. Doctors, you could just have a stack of 100, and this could be your main education piece if this is all you wanted to use. But you can then tell your patients, make sure you track your results. This tracks things like quality of sleep, energy and vitality, stamina, mental clarity, pain, inflammation, and you have your patients track it. Right now, what I've been doing is the envelope, the what to expect, and then right behind it, I have the before and after tracker. And then I have the all products flyer. Now, what's the all products flyer? Well, you just saw that on the Now site, right? Hope I don't cut my finger, but if I do, I know X39 is going to wound heal it, right? And this is the all products tracker. This is the all products flyer. It's the one that tells your patients about all the different technologies. Well, Sam, take a look at these while you're sitting in the office, because I've just explained X39, but possibly because you have so much pain, I would recommend X39 Eon and Icewave. So read those. Oh, you don't know where to place the patch? They're right there. Okay, that goes in there. And then lastly, an order form, or I like to call it a price list, but it's also an order form because you can literally take an order with it. I never knew it would be so hard to open up a package, but it is. So there it is. there is your order form. You tell your patient it's $119 or $149 retail. Just read the yellow boxes. $149 retail, $119 to be a preferred customer, but I like the silver wholesale pack for $299. That gives you, you can mix and match your product. One X39, one X49 equals 2 of any supportive patches. So if a silver pack allows you to have 3 X39s, you can mix and match. So you may want to give them what? The dynamic dual. 2 X39s, 2 eons with an X39 the following month to keep their stem cells activated. And then you just fill this out with their billing, credit card information. Then you have a website. You just put it in your website, and then the company ships it to your patients like Amazon and pays you a thank you check back. That's all that happens. Now, doctors, you may like what Patty likes, which are the different customized ones. And we have the dynamic dual X39 and Eon, pain and repair, X39 Eon, X49 Icewave, for example, detox and brain, skincare, sleep, hormone, and digestion. So this card allows you to really talk about the product selection. So what did I do for Dr. Dini's office? Well, I made her 30 of these, all in here. And she just has them in her clinic room so she can educate. And then, of course, you can order, and she did, some labels. My box of labels, I'm no different. And the label would have your doctor's information and the phone number and the order site. And you just put the label on the back of the envelope, and now you've got your education piece. Oh, by the way, this also takes you to the Now site, which I just showed you. Lastly, a lot of my doctors like to have their own card. This is Dr. Lisa, MD, and she has a card with her name, number, her order site, and what stem cells do, and the Now site. Once again, all you need to do is read the material, read the card. Stem cells are the only cells in your body that are changeable. They can change into whatever cell your body needs for repair, like when you were 20. Go to startx39now.com. So basically what we did for Dr. Dini's office is we made her 30 of these, and we made her business cards, and her office is ready to run. Then we did a meeting, and she invited 30 of her patients. What do you think we did in the meeting? I put this on everybody's chair with an X39 and an Eon in it. And we just read the envelope and all the cards and put on our technology. And then we took orders on this order form from everyone. That's all we did. It was so easy. And we educated a lot of people, and people are so excited because it's so experiential, because they're putting an X39 and an Eon on their body right there in the office. So I think that that really is a nice way you can run an office. So now I'm going to show you where you can order all this. The order site is called startx39biz.com. That's startx39biz.com. And I'm going to show you that site. And it's so easy. A couple ways you can order. Just go down to 14 steps to success. 14, write this down, startx39biz, startx39biz.com, 14 steps to success. And go down, please, to give a gift. Tab 6, write this down, tab 6, it's important. And then you can do a couple things. You can order the business bag from Jan. And that is everything we talked about. We're just changing out a couple of the mini info cards to match what I just told you, but we have them all. Jan has a full supply. For $8, you can get a full set of these, and you can order 2 sets at a time. All you need to do is email Jan Rand your name, your phone number, and your address, and she will make these for you. And then you can pay her through a check or Zelle or however she tells you to pay. but that is done for you. She will make those for you, right? I love that. The other thing you can do is order your business cards right here. And the business cards, you order from Sally. Take a picture of Sally's phone number so you can call and order them. There's your picture, your QR code, and then the Now site, and you can have your business cards ready to go. Now, let's go back so you know under order the business bag. Take a picture of Jan's number right there. So Jan does all our mailing. She's my logistics. Sally is my designer and printer. So you understand the two, that they're different, okay? So now let's say you're like, well, I got 100 people. I mean, I'm going to San Antonio tomorrow. And what do you think I did? I made 100 of those envelopes because everybody's going to get one at the event. How fun is that? How easy is that? Is that duplicatable? Yes. So if you're like me and you need to order more, hence why you see the big supplies, you would want to go to marketing supplies, okay? Under give a gift, tab 6. And you just want to go to find Sally. And you're going to call her and order whatever you want. I'm going to tell you what I just ordered from her because I needed it. Ready? I just ordered more business cards. I was out. I just ordered more envelopes. I was out and I needed to fill 100 of them. Actually, I had Jan do it. Don't ask Jan to fill 100 for you. I only get to do that. I needed more labels. So I ordered them. And I needed my mini info cards. So I ordered them. Here's what I ordered. The price list order form, that's a front and back. The what to expect is a front and back. The all products flyer is a front and back. And the before and after tracker is a front and back. Those are the 4 cards I use over and over and over and over again in my envelopes with my label. Dr. Dana Zappala, a chiropractor, I taught her how to use the envelope with the mini info cards. She was at an event yesterday. She had 10 of her all her envelopes filled, and she gave out 5 to a group, and they took 2 orders right there out of the envelopes with the mini order form. It works. It's great. It's a great, simple way to run things. Also, when I was doing an event with Claudia, we were at the Healing Arts event in the Valley 2 weeks ago. We made 200 of these envelopes, and we signed up like a lot of folks who want to try it. And then we had like naturopaths who want to try it. So what did we do for the naturopaths? They got it for themselves. And then I'm setting up their office with what? The envelopes, the mini cards, and the business cards, the mini info cards. Okay, so I think that's making sense to everyone. Now, if you're like, wow, that's a lot and I'm confused, then it's okay, because you can then, if you don't want to spend any money and you just want to have the tools, you can. All you do is you go back to tab 6, give a gift, and you can print the envelope out. You don't have to buy anything. You could just print out 20 copies of this. It's there. Nobody has to spend money. You can also go right over here to take the order, tab 9, and just go down to the patch summary review. Oh, what's that? That's the what to expect. You can print 20 of those out on paper, no biggie. The before and after tracker. There it is. You can just print it out. The all products flyer. You can just print it out, right? You could just have these. Dr. Patty just printed all these out and had them in her office. Easy. And then the order form. You can print out this order form. That's the one that's on the order form right there. And if you want the silver protocol, that's on the back. It's right here. So you can see that they're all here for you to print out. You don't have to buy anything. You could just print these out. And these are all on the Biz site. Lastly, I love this. And this is back at Give a Gift. Under the marketing supplies, you may want some things for your office. Dr. Dini said, what do you have for my office? I said, well, let's go look and see what you want. And she did. And she wanted a couple of the posters. So these are made in posters. And you know what she said to me? She said, do you have that before and after tracker in a poster? I said, I do. And so we ordered that for the office. And then she said, wow, there's some cool banners too. So these banners, you can order them full-size banners, or you can order tabletops. And then also we have the coolest, I don't know where this is at here, but you can also order, oh, right there, table, you know, what's that called? Tablecloth, if you're doing an event. So I'm no different than you guys are, and I made one of those. There's my 8x11 poster. That's the one Deanie wants. She wants that. Jeannie's going to put that in a little frame or plastic or whatever, and she's hanging this on the wall in her waiting room so all her patients can look at this while they're sitting. And what is this one? It's just the before after tracker. It's all the pictures, but it's also the education. The reason that this is in sentences is so that you as a doctor can read what the technology really does. I love this before after tracker. What else do I have? I have Mandy. And I have Marci. So those puppies I'm bringing along, and I might do a couple other ones. I'm thinking of doing a 4-quadrant from the Now site of my 4 favorite pictures, like that are bigger. So I just want you to know Sally can do whatever thought you have. I don't want to overwhelm you. I just want you to know everything is almost complete to use to really educate our patients, our clients, the people we love. We have the tools now, and I think they're really good. So I hope that you have found this of value today. And remember, you can order any of the tools at startx39biz.com through Sally, or Jan Rand, if you need some shipping of the business bags. Jan, could you put your name and phone number in chat, just so that if people have a question on how to order, you could direct them to Sally or whatever they may need. Please don't abuse Jan, because I do not want her to quit on me, but she is really, really there for you if you have a more detailed question that you just don't know. So with that, it's 9:57. I hope you enjoyed our 30 minutes of technology and our 30 minutes of how you really can set up your office so you can get the information out to your patients. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Junior Friday. Lots of love to you. Bye-bye now.